RRR, SS Rajamouli's latest movie, has shattered the records again like anything and is still gushing in the Indian box office. Today I want to break down the song sequence Naatu Naatu. This is your break the format. Without waiting further, let's go. For the Naatu Naatu song, if you ask the general audience, they'll say the song is a very good dance number and the actors are in a very good sync. But that's not it. This dance sequence is a story in itself and it has a proper 3-act structure. 3-act structure. For a quick definition, 3-act structure is an effective way to tell a story. 3 acts are also loosely referred to as beginning, middle and end of a story. Coming to the first act, also known as setup. Little context here. Bhim will be insulted in front of the crowd by this Brit dancer. So Ram will take charge and talks about Naatu Naatu. So here Ram and Bhim together set up Naatu Naatu. From the start of the song to the first Naatu Naatu beat, it is an act 1. Coming to the second act, which is also referred to as confrontation. In this second act, there will be a drama where the Brit dancer along with his men will be trying to shoo them away and Jenny will be encouraging Ram and Bhim to dance along and also gives company to them. This second act ends at the point where Jake, the Brit dancer, expresses his disappointment. Now, the third act, which is also referred to as a resolution, Jake, the Brit dancer, challenges both Ram and Bhim and there will be a final face-off between them, in which Jake gets defeated and it marks the end of Act 3. This is how the dance number is beautifully structured. So this structure or story arc is the source point which in turn demands the arcs in each of the departments, like whether it's music, choreography, acting and so on. Let us see in detail how they designed the arcs in each of these departments. A little disclaimer, I will be picking up this word arc probably like 20-30 times. The reason I am calling the arcs in each of these departments is because they are abiding to this structure and are changing with the time. Let us see what this fuss is all about. 1. Music arcs. Music here has two components, instrumentals and vocals. Instrumentals. The beats in this song follow the 3-act structure. When the song is progressing, as soon as it enters the Naatu Naatu, the pace of the beat will just get faster, giving a spike. So the beats hold when it is tense and at the right moment they leave all the clutches to release the tension. If you listen to the soundtracks of Bahubali, all those tracks perfectly resonates with this 3-act structure. Coming to vocals, they had two singers who will be singing lyrics separately, but as soon as it hits the Naatu Naatu part, they combine and give it some extra energy to that beat. These are smaller details, but their effect is huge. Second, acting or performances arcs. For example, you have written something. Now you ask the actors to perform on those lines without giving any inputs. Then it will go wrong terribly in n number of ways. Because first, the makers need to carefully design the performance arcs of each of these actors. Before taking a look at the performances, the question is, who are we following here? In this song, majorly we are following 4 characters, that is Ram, Bhim, Jenny and the Jake who is a Brit dancer. Apart from this, we also have men and women in the party. Let us follow each of these characters individually to notice the arcs. First, the Brit dancer, who is arrogant in the start, will be showing off his dance moves and will be insulting Bhim whether he knew any of them. Then he inquires about what is Naatu Naatu, then he gets frustrated and asks them to leave right away. Then he expresses that it is disgusting to follow their moves and gets disappointed. Now he is pissed off and wants to get into those moves. Then he pushes Ram and challenges for a face-off. Slowly, he is getting out of shape and energy and drops off and is defeated. Finally, he is astonished over their energies and will be staring at both of them. Coming to Jenny, initially she stares and feels the energy of both Ram and Bhim. Then she stops Jake from bullying them and asks them to resume dancing. Then Jenny along with the women start moving their legs. Slowly from their own moves, they are changing gears into what this pair insists. At last, she picks the Naatu Naatu signature step and she is tired as hell. Then she wants Bhim to win and finally enjoys his winning moment. Coming to Ram and Bhim, they have similar arcs. For Bhim, he is bullied first, then Ram takes charge and they together step on the floor. They are joyously dancing on the floors until this Brit threatens and they pretend to be feared. From there, they ask the woman to free up like them. In the final phase of their energies are just increasing like anything. In the last moments, when Jenny wants Bhim to win, Ram pretends to lose. And even the background artist, the men will be shooing away in the start and shouting to go back. And in the final moments, some of them plunge to dance and will be dropping off like petals in a flower. And then they show the disappointment when Jake loses the challenge. In contrary, the women in the start will be slightly involving into those steps, then they will be slowly changing gears from their steps to Naatu Naatu steps. And now they are enjoying this blood rushing activity and dropping onto the ground with a lot of joy. And in the end, they are encouraging Ram to win and feel disappointed once he loses. This is what getting performances mean, and Rajamouli is a perfectionist in this pattern of taking the scenes. There will always be at least two people who will be performing in the scene, and the upper limit of the number of people is what you have seen in many of the scenes in Bahubali. This way of designing acting arcs for multiple people in the scene brings lot of weight to the scenes and makes them epic. 3. Cinematography arc. In this song, when each of the lead actors are singled out, there will be medium shots for each of them. But when it comes to the Naatu Naatu bit, it will turn to a master shot capturing their dance movements in full glory. This small arc does makes a difference. 4. Production design arcs. Till the completion of Act 2, it is captured on a proper dance floor or an area surrounding it. As it moves to the Act 3 or the resolution, they go to an area filled with the sand. So this kind of choice calls for a finale, and with the dust rising, it perfectly depicts that the sequence is coming to an end. 5. Costume design arcs. Ram and Bhi are initially wearing their suits. Gradually, when they are getting into this zone of high movement, they take off them and dance without them. Similar thing happens to the Brit dancer too. 6. Choreography arc. The lead actors dance separately, but when it comes to the Naatu Naatu portion, they dance together. It just amplifies the situation, and this thing will get better and better after each Naatu Naatu bit. 7. Editing arcs. It will cut in a normal pace in the first two acts, whereas in the last act, the edit bumps up, and this edit will be rushing, capturing the emotions of different people, which leaves a mark of final moments. Final thoughts. On the outside, it looks like a simple song sequence, but look at the level of details that they have planned and executed brilliantly. This kind of planning and execution is what sets Rajamouli apart. Finally, I'm eagerly waiting to break down the complete movie. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. We'll be coming up with more interesting videos.